Tell them. Tell them all. Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all.
Basically, that synopsis is nonstop. This guy kills this guy, and then this guy kills this guy, and then this guy kills this girl, and then this girl tries to kill this guy, but this guy saves him, and this guy kills this. I mean, it's just kill, 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 kill. Almost kill, almost kill. Did kill, didn't kill, killed.
And they're trying to kill the guy that killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Because his dog got killed. So he's trying to kill those people that are trying to kill the guy that killed all the people because his dog was killed.
Yeah.
There was a lot of killing.
Yeah. It's only killing. That's the movie. Like the plot of the movie, every beat of the plot is just people getting killed.
But we love it.
Yeah.
New from Stern, John Wick, the pinball machine. Collect weapons from a crate. We miss Lance Reddick, Rina Sawayama. First impressions, Elon Musk. All this and much more. Welcome to the Bash Pinball John Wick episode. John, please don't kill me, John Wick. Please don't kill me, John Wick. Please don't kill me, John Wick. Okay.
Because you still haven't seen it, right?
I have not seen the John Wick pinball experience trailer.
Yeah, I had to watch it because I just couldn't wait. I don't know, John Wick. I mean, you had previously.
So you sent me the link to the trailer, and I kind of freaked out a little bit because I realized that was one of my dream themes.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. I mean, was this maybe like hidden or kept pretty low key, I guess, because I heard nothing about it. And I even thought about talking to you about making like a dream theme episode and like hitting you with that title.
Well, you had told me that. You had already mentioned that among other possible, dream theme ideas.
Yeah.
6 months ago or so.
So I'm actually really excited about this one.
Yeah, I kind of am too. And also, Keanu is in some of our favorite games.
All the games that he's in are my favorite games.
Yeah.
Including...
Which is 2 games other than this one.
So I'm hoping this is number 3.
Yeah.
Right? Like a third favorite. And I can just forget about Jaws, just, leave it as is and just move on to John Wick. That's kind of what I want.
Yeah.
No hate. It's all love. Pinball. It's all love.
Right.
But I can just say Jaws was Jaws. Now I got John Wick.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So now
we have another opportunity.
We have to pray to the pinball gods that John Wick is that game.
We shall see.
Give me your son.
John Wick.
Baba Yaga. It was just a
Frickin.
car, just a
Frickin.
dog. Just a dog.
As a theme, if we just want to talk real quick about the theme, you're obviously a big fan of the John Wick franchise.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan. And,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of, I don't know, action film averse.
Yeah.
But I love Keanu. And then somebody that I knew liked the John Wick movies. I think it was my stepdad or something.
Okay.
Hispanic people tend to like action films exclusively.
Okay.
So, that's true, actually.
That's news to me.
Yeah, no, like my people love action movies. It's a weird thing. Maybe it's like all the fighting and the violence. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of Hispanic culture is rooted in like cowboy culture.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
So I watched it, and the moment that I saw Keanu, I knew I was going to love it.
Yeah.
I just knew. I don't know, man. He just makes it. It's not just any action film. It's not just...
Yeah.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Keanu, but I always go in with low expectations to any movie with Keanu.
Really?
Yeah. I've been burned a few times.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I only saw the first John Wick and I enjoyed it. over the last several years, there's been several occasions where I was like, maybe I can watch the rest of the John Wick movies, but then like I could never find them conveniently, and I didn't really want to pay for them, and they weren't on my streaming services. So and then the newest one came out, the fourth one, and that one I actually really wanted to see. I just haven't caught up yet.
No, I get it. I think I would have had the same thought had I not seen it kind of secondhand, as a part of a group that was watching this movie. I don't think I would have necessarily gravitated towards them, but yeah, man, I love these movies now, and the little secret badass inside of me that I wish that I could disarm people that way.
Yeah.
I wish that I could drive any vehicle invented. I wish that I could be such a loving, heart-filled, beautiful soul that is John Wick.
Even though he's a cold-blooded killer. I
mean, he's only killing bad guys.
We call him Baba Yaga.
Boogeyman?
Well, John wasn't exactly the boogeyman. He was the one you sent to kill the
Frickin
boogeyman.
I love Hitman movies, even more than John Wick. I love The Professional.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Wow, you just took me way back. That was a movie that this is going to sound really strange. I was living in Panama, so I was less than 9 years old, right? This was what, like 90?
Professional was like maybe early to mid 90s.
Early to mid 90s. I moved here like 98, 99-ish. Like I remember Y2K was a thing. Anyways, so I was definitely in Panama. I was definitely less than 9 years old, and that was my favorite movie.
Oh, really?
That was my favorite. I don't know why.
I love that movie.
Maybe because Natalie Portman's character was
your age at the time.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like maybe I could be her, and he kind of treated her as an adult, the way that I wanted to be treated, with like respect. And you're a little kid and like someone that cares about you and loves you, and I love that movie, dude. I'm gonna have to agree with you. That's definitely better than John Wick.
I mean, that's like the best
dream theme.
And the other common thread with that and Dracula is the villain is Gary Oldman, and he just kills it in that movie.
No way.
He's so bonkers.
No
in that movie.
way. I gotta watch it like now. I didn't realize Gary Oldman was the villain in that.
Yeah, and he's insane. It's amazing.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
But
it's a classic, and it was directed by Luc Besson, who also The Fifth Element is like one of the coolest movies.
Dream theme.
Yeah, that could be an amazing
dream theme.
I mean, The Professional and The Fifth Element could be dream themes for me, for sure.
Stern, take notes. The Professional.
I can see them actually doing The Fifth Element. I don't know about, probably The Professional's a little too obscure.
Yeah, it's
not
obscure.
Flashy enough.
Yeah, you're right.
Although there are some pretty epic explosions in that movie, I gotta say.
That's why it's a dream, because we can only dream.
Yeah.
Theme.
But you did dream John Wick.
I would have never, honestly, if you would have asked me like a month ago, I would have said, it's probably pretty low chances. Like maybe soon, but I didn't realize it would be announced 4 days ago from today.
It's almost like too current of a franchise to have guessed that they would have made this a game. But it seems like most of the games coming out are a little more retro themed. Jaws obviously came out in 1975.
Yeah.
And like the average pinball player is what, like 50?
Yeah.
So John Wick is a little bit of a.
It's kind of modern.
It's almost like an acknowledgement of maybe the younger audience who's getting into pinball.
Yeah, maybe 20-year-olds.
Yeah, 20, 30-year-olds.
John is a man of focus, commitment, and sheer will. Something you know very little about. I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil. With a
Frickin
pencil.
This is the 2024 soon-to-be-released trailer for John Wick Pinball from Stern. Kind of a surprise game, I think. You haven't watched the trailer yet. I have, but we're going to watch it together for the first time. We're not going to make you sit through it, I don't think. But anyway, so this is going to be Donald watching the trailer for the first time. And we're going to see what he thinks of it. And then I guess I can share my impression since I've already seen it.
All right, Matthew. Sounds great.
Hey everybody, it's George Gomez at Stern Pinball. We're excited to tell you all about our latest hit game featuring the legendary hitman, John Wick.
I think it looks cool. It looks cool. I think just in terms of like aesthetics and Stern's track record of having good artwork and stuff. I think this is one of the better ones.
I agree. I'm not thrown off right off the bat like I was with Jaws,
Yeah, and like even George Gomez specifically said, a world under glass. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They're trying to do more of that thing with this game. It seems like,
and it feels that way. It feels like you're in this city.
Yeah,
right?
And there's a car, and there's
cool.
buildings, and it reminded me a little bit of that building reminds me of Dirty Harry's. Got a similar looking.
Yeah.
Of course, in Dirty Harry,
that's right.
Looks cooler and less like cheap. But I noticed we're not a fan of the weapons crate.
That is not a weapons crate.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't really do much. But on the other hand, like it's a somewhat unique bash toy kind of thing. Like I can't even think of anything quite like that in a game. Or do you
I just don't even
hit it?
Get it yet.
Yeah.
You have to open it and then I guess you retrieve the weapons, but the weapons are just like a little sticker. It's like a square print of like knives or something.
Yeah, it's I mean,
you need machine guns. Like we need,
there's
a katana, you know what I'm saying?
That's one of the things about this game. There's no guns in it. On the whole playfield in the game.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
It's weird. It is weird. It's
How is
all
that possible?
Swords and samurai type of weaponry. It's not guns. So I think there must have been some sort
like
of
a violence
yeah,
situation.
like a kid. Maybe the producers or the license holder was worried about kids. Just exposing their super ultra violent movie to children or something. I don't know.
Do you think it was Stern?
I doubt it. No, I don't think Stern cares.
Really?
No. Stern doesn't care about that stuff. Their games are loaded with stuff, right?
Stern is feeling a little bit more Disney World to me lately.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at Stern's history, maybe lately it's not as...
Yeah, it seems more like family friendly.
Well, you're right. With Jaws was very, tame. From like a blood and gore perspective. But that could also have been the licensor, so... I
mean, all I'm saying is in the John Wick films, right?
Yeah.
If they didn't want to portray violence, I don't know how many running hours are in those films.
Yeah.
If it's 10, 9 of those 10 hours
are guns.
There is a gun on the screen in somebody's hand or more than one.
Yeah.
And things are blowing up.
Yeah.
People are hitting each other in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's...
I don't know. It's weird. Like at least put a katana in the weapons crate.
Yeah. I think there's...
samurai sword.
I think there's some,
nunchucks.
Some weapons depicted, but it's just swords and stuff.
It just looks like little knives, like little daggers.
Yeah, and like the image of Keanu in the middle of the playfield, he's holding some nunchucks.
Oh, okay. So he's already got the nunchucks. So then never mind. Don't put those in the weapons crate because he's already got them.
Yeah, he's got them. So those are like his standard weapon. And then, there is a little dog on one of the slings and another dog on the other sling. Like both of his dogs are.
Okay, I love that.
That's funny.
That's a plus. That's a points up.
I don't hate the weapons crate thing. Like it's underwhelming, like a lot of Stern's toys are, but at least it's something. Like if you compare this game to other Stern games, I think it has as much or more stuff in it than the recently released games.
I agree. I think it's comparable.
If you look at the playfield and the artwork and everything and the ramps and everything, it just looks like a lot, Like look,
it does. It does.
It's a lot. I think they did a good job designing the playfield to make it just look like there's a lot to do.
There is a lot going on in a good way.
Yeah, and there's 3 ramps.
You know what, man? I'm happy with it, man. I think my first impression was actually pretty positive, and I'm actually really looking forward to playing it because I think if Jaws kind of felt underwhelming, after playing it, I liked it more. Going into this, I feel like I'm gonna like it even more than that because it already feels pretty cool and different and kind of, I don't know, there's something about it that looks cool to me. Like
it all has a vibe and I don't hate it.
It's got a cool vibe. I don't hate it either.
Yeah.
The only thing I hate is that Elon Musk is on the side of that.
That's probably just one of the models,
And now for an important message.
Now listen, we're nobody's fool. You can't take people for granted. You can be with somebody every day and never really know them. So don't treat people like furniture. Don't treat a teammate like he's invisible, because everybody is important on a real team. Take the time to find out what people are about, and you will be glad you did. Listen to a friend, Mr. T.
And now, back to the show.
So the video had like Tim Sexton as the lead game designer, but he's not the designer, he's the coder. Like he's a coder. He's just coded a bunch of games. Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. They didn't actually mention the guy who actually is credited as the designer, which is Elliot Eisman. This is his first game that he's designed. And I think that's why they didn't mention him, because he's just not a known quantity.
Doesn't have the cred.
This is the other thing that kind of got me happy about it. He's been on mechanics, like the toys and the machines of the games for a while. That's been his role up until now. So he did the dildo rocket.
That's something.
Presumably he did anyway. He was mechanics on Bond, Rush, Turtles, Star Wars, Munsters, Ghostbusters. He's been around for a while, and this is his first actual game design. I thought that was kind of funny that they didn't even mention.
Why would they not give appropriate credit?
I don't know. It was a little odd. But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited about a new game designer, Foo Fighters that was Jack Danger's first game, and it's different. It's weird. It's the layout is original, It does stuff that other games have never done before. And so, yeah, I think the more like new designers that Stern gets in there, like the cooler stuff we're going to have.
100%, man.
Yeah, so I got to shout out my girl, Rena.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm a bigger fan of Rina Sawayama than I am of the John Wick movies. So it was super cool to see her, because she was in the fourth movie. And that was like her first major acting role.
So you're a fan of her as an artist, like as a
musical artist. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you introduced me to some of her music.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was who she was.
Yeah, she's just like a weird modern pop artist who's really creative and does interesting stuff, I think.
It's much needed.
Check out Rina Sawayama if you're interested in pop. She actually had a song, I think she did the theme song or whatever for the fourth movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was on the soundtrack for it, but in the way that like they have artists do Bond song, it was that kind of thing. It wasn't like her typical.
It wasn't her music.
It wasn't necessarily. I don't know that she wrote it the way that she writes her other stuff, but I just thought that was kind of cool. So I think the game actually encompasses all four movies.
We have to figure out a way to play this game in a way that we can hear it.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Wick.
Good evening.
How may I be of service?
Is the doctor in?
Yes, sir. 24/7.
Send him up, please.
Yes, sir.
How good's your laundry?
I'm sorry to say that no one's that good.
No, I thought not.
May I suggest a drink, sir? Bourbon, perhaps.
So I think it's important
That sounds
to
perfect.
bring something up.
Okay.
A very beloved person that you and I are both fans of
Yeah.
that was featured prominently in the game. And I think that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Lance Reddick. In the movies, he's the concierge, I guess, to, Winston's right-hand man guy. I don't know if we mentioned, but it's Ian McShane who plays Winston, the like owner of the Continental, who does the call-outs.
Oh, I didn't know
this
that.
game.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they mentioned it in the trailer actually.
Oh, cool.
And so that's cool. I don't know if they'll have any other call-outs from other actors in the game.
We need Lance Reddick.
Yeah, man, he would be great.
I can't. I want to play it just to look for him.
I wonder if they would have if Lance Reddick had been alive when they were doing this, if they might have gotten him to do the main, call outs over, because his voice is just
Yeah.
iconic.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah, he's just like he passed away like a year ago, and it was a huge bummer because he's not that old. And he's just in everything, and he's good. He's so good in everything. He makes bad things good. Like, did you ever see the Resident Evil Netflix series?
Yeah, I did actually.
It's horrible.
I could only watch the first 3 episodes, but his scenes were
his scene.
It was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and I think he played 2 characters. He played like a twin of himself or a clone of himself or something crazy. Well, yeah, he was the only watchable thing in that show. Anything that he's in, he elevates. It was such a bummer. Like, I first watched him in Fringe.
I first watched him in The Wire.
Why? Okay, I haven't watched The Wire yet.
Man,
I'm going to watch that after Sopranos.
That is you know, to me, that is lifetime top 3 series, you know.
That's what everybody says.
Before you die, you have to watch what is out there. I mean, it's one of the few shows where I forget the characters and I think they're real people.
Yeah.
And I start to feel things and emotionally connected with Lance Reddick. And you know, it's just, it's so good that way, man. It was almost like what shows are trying to do now by being real.
Yeah.
Right. And making
gritty.
Yeah, gritty in these like real life situations and stuff, but they're not. They're fake.
Yeah.
The Wire, it was real, man. It was really, really do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Watch The Wire featuring Lance Reddick.
As an actor, he had so much gravitas, you know, just he brought the goods, he brought the weight of every role. It was awesome. It's cool to see him on that game, on John Wick, on the playfield, on a ramp. But yeah, I was a little sad to see him on there at the same time. Because I was just like, oh man, that one affected me more than a lot of them for a lot of those, you know, recent celebrity deaths.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I remember I had a moment where I paused like my life for a second to really acknowledge what I was reading.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
It has been a pleasure, Mr. Wick. Goodbye.
And now for a word from our sponsor.
Power, power, power. Now, you are playing with power.
Punch Out by Nintendo. 11 world-class contenders. Take them down with your controller, beat them all, and you've got a shot at Tyson's title.
Power.
But for that, you've got to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's Punch Out from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
And now, back to the show.
So yeah, Don, what is your overall impression? You know, how did that video hit you?
Right away, real quick, not thinking too hard about it. The toys I thought could have been better.
Yeah.
I like the color schemes. I like the kind of immersive quality of being inside of the cabinet, having the city in the back. The car was kind of scaled to be as a part of the city. And the car I thought could have looked better.
Yeah.
I like that it's there. I like the functions. I like I like the treasure chests idea. Not treasure chests, the weapons chests idea. I don't like the execution. I feel like there should have been more legit weapons in there or something.
It's a little rinky dink.
But seeing that we have Keanu Reeves right beside Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
Right? Cool neon colors and stuff. I'm super stoked on this game. I think it's going to be awesome. And I'm really excited to play it, specifically in a place that I can hear it.
Yeah.
But either way, I want to go out right now and play this freaking game.
Yeah. Me too. Like, I think as Stern games go, when there's a big license involved, you kind of assume it's going to be really stripped down, like Star Wars was, you know, the 2017 Star Wars. And there's just a bunch of examples of that. Led Zeppelin too. It's just so stripped down, you know, it just takes away so much.
It's missing stuff.
And I feel like, I don't know, maybe this was a cheaper license probably than Star Wars or Led Zeppelin, but you know, it seems like they had a little more of a budget for it overall. Maybe they're just putting a little more into their games now. I don't know, but whatever it is, like I'm pretty happy about it. Like I don't think this game doesn't feel phoned in at all to me. Like on the whole, it feels like a good package.
I agree. I think this is probably one of the more exciting ones for me as of lately.
Yeah. I mean, initial impression for me is like, I kind of want to get this game.
You kind of want to buy it.
I kind of want to buy it, but
shoot.
I mean, I'm not going to buy it. Because I don't buy new cars.
You don't buy new games.
I don't buy new cars. I don't buy new pinball machines. So I don't know. Like this is more than any recent Stern game. I've this is the one I might actually want to own. And I'm not even that into John Wick. Like I just think it's cool. It just looks fun.
Right.
The surprise nature of this game also has me kind of excited. Like is Stern increasing their game output, or is this just more of a random one-off?
Or is this like a trend in the direction of?
Are we getting more games
that are going to be a little bit more interesting and exciting and different, and not just like template copy paste?
New designers,
better toys, more toys,
more just general stuff. And hopefully with John Wick, the feel, you'll get the feels from playing it too, not just watching the trailer.
Baba Yaga, let's do it. John Wick, save us.
Yeah, I'm excited about the future.
Thanks for listening to the Bash Pinball Podcast.
And as always, it is a pleasure having you with us again.